Is the sound working now? Let me know if you guys can hear me. I don't know what's going on. I might have to update OBS because everything was showing green on the decibels on my end, so I just had to click a few settings, but that shouldn't have fixed it. But apparently it did. Good, you can hear me. Great. Well, let's go ahead and muster up where you guys. I got to look over here now. My camera used to be over there. What's going on? Let's muster up where you from, what you munching on, or drinking. Cheers. Here's the SpaceX. Ah, it's actually kind of cold. I like it. Sparkling water strawberry lemonade flavor. It's delicious. What's going on, Lab Padre? I saw you in the chat a second ago. Welcome to the show, man. What's new with Starbase news today? I was actually all up in that stuff as I was researching for tomorrow's episode, but it's been a few hours. Things seem to go quite quickly down there in Starbase. I always feel like if I'm not watching a Lab Padre stream, I'm falling behind. Okay, let me remove this pinned comment out of the way. There we go. Now I can see the chat a lot better. Stockton, California. What's going on? Disabled Park Hopper, Daytona Beach, banana bread. Delicious. Kevin is from Kentucky. Well, hello, neighbor Kevin from the South. Tom Brooks, West Virginia. Welcome back, Tom. Robert Lenz, thank you for modding. Thank you, mods who are modding for this. I appreciate you. SpaceX has not started their stream yet. Looks like they're going to start it a little late, even though they have an instantaneous launch window today. We'll get to that here in a second. Ryan Ritter's back. And Andrew Brown. Cold Idaho decaf Twinnings decaf Earl Grey. You know, I just realized I still haven't had my first cup of coffee with you guys. What's up with that? Jeff's from Ohio. What's up, Jeff? Jeff in Ohio, pouring a beer into his eccentric mug. You have good taste, my man. All right, let me see if I can do some of these in one breath. Nothing but cancellations, Lab Padre says. That's all right. Maybe tomorrow. Argentina, Nevada, Hudson, New Hampshire, Kansas City, I think maybe KCMO, Montana, I'm not sure. Coffee, Canada, British Columbia, would love to go there. New Zealand, would love to go there. Vancouver Island, awesome. Romania, Alabama. Chillicothe, Ohio, what's up, neighbor to the south, southeast. Utah, Georgia. Well, what's going on, everybody? All right, so SpaceX has started their screensaver, so we're going to talk about the mission right quick. Now, since I got my new setup, I have those screens reversed, so now we're going to display 2. Get it pulled up there. There we go. Luma wipe. Yeah. SpaceX.com/launches. Why are we all here? Well, let's talk about it. So we got another Starlink launch. This is group 4-5, which means this is the 4th launch to Shell 4, which is a 540 click low Earth orbit. Okay. We have 49 Starlink satellites. They used to be 60 way back in the day, but since they upgraded to 1.5, got those laser links on them, they can't fit as many on board. Once they go to the full Starlink 2 generation, they'll need to start using Starship. This is the 4th flight for this booster. Its previous mission was for Inspiration 4. Good luck to it as it attempts to land on the drone ship A Shortfall of Gravitas, SpaceX's newest drone ship. This is a shorter mission. Scroll down through the timeline here. We have liftoff at about 4:49 p.m. Eastern, and then about 15 minutes later, we'll have a Starlink satellite deployment. Okay. Until they start, we're gonna go me big. Oh, as I say that, they start in their live stream. Okay, cool. Again, thank you, mods, for modding. Thank you, members. For those of you who are locals members, I do have the live chat on locals pulled up as well, so I can find you easily in there. If you're a YouTube member, obviously I'll see you pretty easily because your name is bolded in the YouTube chat. Fremen, what's going on, Fremen? And Lonnie Holcomb is there as well. So if you're a locals member, go ahead and hit me up on that chat so I can see you more easily. Mark Critter, what's going on from Florida? How's the weather looking in there in Florida? I last saw that Space Force was saying there's an 80% go for the weather, but then I saw in the chat earlier that some of you are saying it's not looking too shabby. It looks beautiful from here, from where I'm sitting.
To SpaceX's first launch of 2022.
Can you guys hear that audio? Let me know.
Falcon 9 as
Can you hear them talking?
4:49 p.m. Eastern Time launch from historic Launch Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. My name is Jesse Anderson, and I'm a production and engineering manager for Falcon here at SpaceX headquarters, joining you from Hawthorne, California. Thank you for tuning in for our first launch of 2022 and 35th launch of Starlink. As many of you may know, Starlink is a constellation of satellites that orbit the planet at about 550 kilometers above the Earth. Because Starlink does not rely on traditional ground infrastructure, it is ideally suited for areas of the globe where connectivity has typically been...
All right, sorry, Jess, we're going to cut you off there. We'll talk more about Starlink and some Starlink news tomorrow, but most of us should know what Starlink is. It's just internet satellites SpaceX owns, so they can blanket the Earth with their fast and somewhat expensive internet. It depends on where you are as far as price is concerned. I mean, it's obviously the same price everywhere, but like for example, me here in Central Ohio, my internet's not bad. I do want to get Starlink. I don't have it yet, but we have pretty fast internet for a pretty reasonable price. However, I do want to support SpaceX in any way I can, so I do want to get Starlink eventually. Same with Tesla. I don't own a Tesla, but I want to support Elon and Tesla, so I'm looking into getting a Cybertruck, but they keep pushing it back, and my car is going to crap out on me. I'm surprised it hasn't yet. There was some negative news lately. I just read about Tesla and China and the Uyghur concentration camps they got going on there. Won't get into it, but sucks. Hans Volksschlager. Welcome back, Hans. Good to see you back in the eccentric community as a Space Invader bra. Appreciate you. Costa Matrix checking in from locals from Brazil. Thank you so much for your support, man. Let's talk about the next launch really quick. So obviously, this is live on YouTube. So if you're watching this right now on Rumble, you're in the future. And if you're watching me, you're actually in the present. But right now, as I'm saying this, you're in the future because this isn't on Rumble yet. However, next week we're supposed to have the Transporter 3 mission, which is a rideshare mission for SpaceX and a Falcon 9 launch on Thursday, and that's going to be exclusively on Rumble. Okay. And then I'll do like the reverse. I'll upload it to YouTube after the fact, not as a live video, but we'll be live for that mission on Rumble only. Those guys are really good to me. I'm in constant communication with them, and they really want to support the show because I'm such a victim, you guys. I'm a victim of big tech shadow banning and censorship, but they got my 6. Debating whether I want to talk more about that now or should I just wait till after the mission. I mean, we've got 9 minutes. We'll see what the chat says. What do you say, chat? I could go on a little spiel I need to talk about as far as censorship goes, or I can save that to the end. I mean, with Starlink missions, there's really not much more to talk about. We all know the spiel. I mean, I'll go over some of the normal stuff, the usual stuff here in a little bit when we get closer to liftoff. Man, it looks beautiful down there. It must be... I was going to say maybe it might be windy or something, but I mean, it looks like it's going to happen. Here in Ohio, we got like basically our first snow of the season so far. I mean, it might have like somewhat snowed up to this point. This is the first time there's actually been snow laid down on the ground, but it's been really cold lately. How's the weather where you guys are from? Robert Lenz, thank you for that tip. Always great to catch a live stream. Light it up. Oh yeah. We're going to light this candle eventually. Lab says back channels tell me single and dual motor Cybertrucks will not happen. Try and quad only. Yeah, I heard they were going to get rid of the single motor, and that's what I was going to get. That's why I have my deposit down for, because I'm poor. Lawyer wife takes all the money in the house. But I heard they were going to cancel that. So I was debating whether I was going to upgrade to the dual, but since you're saying they might get rid of the dual as well, I don't know if I can afford try, man. I might have to go for that Honda Ridgeline after all. Lots of snow where Hans is from. What is this thing that's in my way for the super chats? Remove. I don't know what you are, but we're going to remove you so I can see all the super chats. There we go. Things have changed since our little holiday break. I don't like it. My OBS is acting up. YouTube Studio is acting up. Freaking things. 69 degrees and clear in beautiful St. Augustine. Well, that's awesome. Geoff Tim. What's up, Keith? Keith Mabe from Locals. 72 in Florida says Lonnie Holcomb. It's cold where some of you guys are from. They're on Locals. Ford F-150 Lightning. I own a Ford right now, and to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Fords. They don't hold up. My apologies to anybody that is a diehard Ford fan. Robert, you managed to get your hands on a Honda Ridgeline. Good for you. I kind of looked into them because I'm still trying to hold out for a Cybertruck, but I kind of took a peek here and there to see how the Ridgelines are doing, and they're hard to come by these days. I want a new one. I've always bought and used. I want a new car, finally. I can finally afford a new car, depending on what it is, and I want to get new because I'm sick of driving people's hand-me-downs. Always come with some kind of problem that you don't know about till after you drive it off the lot, right?
Last July. And in addition to assisting first responders, our Starlink service has helped connect communities where high-speed internet was previously unavailable. Most recently, Starlink is working with Cuba Independent Schools in Eastern Navajo Nation in New Mexico to provide internet that will help bridge the digital divide within that region. Now, to date, we have been able to connect 264 student homes and are looking forward to connecting more over the coming months. Over the last year, Starlink has also helped Texas's Ector County Independent School District and Virginia's Wise County.
Help me out, SpaceX. Send me Starlink. Yeah, Doggo Cam. Let's see if we can get the dogs in here really quick. They aren't in here yet. We got a new vantage point now that we got a new studio set up. Come here. Kunu, Piopi. Come on. See if they feel like listening today. Oh, I hear someone. Come here. There's Piopi. You are the winner. Hi. You have to go back out there so they can see you. His new laying spot for some reason is right behind this desk. So we're going to have to train him not to do that so you can see him. Okay, who's that? Go outside. Who's that? Just go that way. Go that way so they can see you. Oh, I guess he's back here for good. He's laying behind me now. We're going to have to get a second Doggo Cam behind the desk. Hey, Lab 1776. It's freedom, baby. Yeah. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. You're a good man, Lewis. Hi, buddy. I see you. You're hiding from the dog cam, and you're too short for the normal cam. What am I going to do with you? Oh, strong back is starting to retract those little arms. Hi, buddy. There. Oh, maybe he's gonna go back out there. Hold on a sec. There he is. He has come out of the den. Watch him as he does a turn and then lays down. Oh, yep. He just laid down in his normal spot right behind me. He's become very attached. Sofa King Funny. Keith Nash and Paul the Alien say, what up? Well, I'll say what up to all three of you guys. Get a Model Y, then trade it in for a truck when it comes out. I mean, I could do that, but I really, really need a truck as soon as possible. We'll see. I'm just gonna have to adapt in this day and age. The lawyer wife just got a new car. She turned in her lease and actually bought one. She got a Lexus. That's what she drives, the Sport Edition. She's had like 4 new cars, and I've had my car since 2011. Maybe your community can start a GoFundMe to help you get a quad Cybertruck for Space Eccentric loaded with decals. That would be freaking sweet. like the Jolly Rocket. I don't have it behind me now. I took it off for the live stream, but get like the big Jolly Rocket decal on the Cybertruck, that would be tight. But no, I don't need charity. I will just save up like I have been. I've been saving up for a new car for so many years now. I got a pretty decent stash tucked away. What's going on with the live stream? We got some water going in the way there. Yep, some of the deluge system. Oh, the water tower is leaking. Well, now we know where that camera is at. Don't worry, it does that. They top off that water tower and some, I guess. Noah, love the new studio look. I know, right? It looks very basic. Here, let me go. We got a little bit of time here. It's gonna take some getting used to with these new buttons. It looks very basic, but the walls are painted a different color. The lawyer wife did that because she won't let me touch paint. But the rest of the studio is, we got new furniture and everything, new lighting. A lot of people were complimenting the new lighting. It does look a lot better. I had no idea how bad the old lighting looked until now. So thank you guys. Because of your support, I can afford to get this new tech. All right, we're about at T-1 minute. We'll turn the volume up on here in a second. Chazzy Mac, here's a question. These fairings look toasty. Have they only reflown them once? That's a good question. I forgot to look at that. Let's see if we can do it really quick to answer your question. They are definitely reused, but I don't know how many times they reflown them, and they don't tell us here on the synopsis. Sorry to let you down, bro. Here, I'll try to figure that out while we watch this launch. How about that? Then I'll come back to answer your question. Let's turn the volume up and let's do this thing. Come on.
Terminal count and watch us.
I don't like no scrubs. 9
Starlink satellites into a 53-degree south inclination orbit.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 15. T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off.
Get it.
Stage 1 chamber pressure is nominal.
Boomstick go.
Plus 45 seconds into liftoff, and Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Launch Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center, carrying our stack of 49 Starlink satellites to low Earth orbit. Now, moments ago, we did throttle down the engines in preparation for max Q, and that is maximum aerodynamic pressure.
Max Q.
And there's the call out that we just passed through max Q. That is the largest structural load that the vehicle will see throughout ascent. Now coming up, we will have 3 events happening in quick succession. That'll be main engine cutoff, or what we call MECO, stage separation, and second stage engine start 1, or SES1. MECO is where all 9 of the M1D engines shut off and slow the vehicle down in preparation for stage separation. And
INVAC engine chill has started.
And that's just a call out that the engine chill on the second stage is getting ready for ignition. Stage separation is where the first stage separates from the second stage, and with first stage returning back to Earth for landing, while stage 2 continues on its journey with the third event, SES1, or second stage engine start 1. And that's where the MVAC engine ignites up and propels the second stage along with the Starlink satellites to their targeted drop-off orbit. We're just about 10 seconds or so away from those 3 events, and they will be followed by fairing deploys shortly after SES1 as well.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Nico.
Stage separation confirmed.
Invac ignition.
Fairing
Come on,
separation
fairing.
confirmed.
Come on, fairing. Yeah, shoots, brah. Lawyer wife's coming.
Did I miss it?
You did not miss it. You want a chair? You have to get it out of the closet. That's where your little tiny chair is.
No, I just want to see what's going on.
Come on in. Yeah, you missed the launch, but you haven't missed the landing yet. You have to come in a little bit closer. There you go. There she is. She's real. Popes is back here too. This is where he likes to lay now, so he doesn't like laying on doggo cam anymore.
I'm standing in the corner.
You're gonna stay in the corner? All right.
I don't like this new setup because I don't have as much room. Can't like jump around.
Stop. Yeah, the ferries have chutes, Brock, because they're ram air style. They deploy them once the fairings re-enter the atmosphere, and they splash them down in the ocean and get scooped up. Today they're getting scooped up by Doug. Fairing recovery ship. Thank you, Castamone. I apologize if I butchered your username. Thank you for the tip. Appreciate you. And the sweet cloud licking emoji. We're gonna call it cloud licking. What questiones do you have?
Am I going to see the thing land today?
You'll see it. Well, it's landing on the drone ship in the ocean again, so you may see it, or the cameras may cut out, but we're gonna stay positive. Okay, staying positive.
I'm property.
The chat says hello. It's too late to do polls now.
Oh,
Too late. I mean, we're already in the mission. Can't do polls.
that's just because you said we can't do polls. That doesn't mean we can't.
We can do polls after the mission's over, because I am going to talk about some stuff like big tech censorship.
They don't care about you talking about that.
They do care.
They just were here to see me, and I'm here. Actually, I'm just taking a break
I don't know
from
if they
work.
can hear you.
That's okay.
Why is video low resolution? It's in 4K on my end. Maybe you should check your settings. I keep wanting to look over here where the old camera
Right?
was.
I know. It's
Now it's
weird.
over here.
Fix it, Kevin. Put it back over here.
It is fixed. It is better this way. So those huge titanium grid fins you see on the left-hand side of your screen there, that's the camera looking down the first stage booster of the rocket. And those grid fins are used once in the atmosphere for steering, so it can target or point itself toward the drone ship. You saw some poofs of smoke, some white gas. Those are the cold nitrogen thrusters to help orient the rocket while it's in the vacuum. What's he doing?
He's just so close back there.
Yeah. Right-hand side of your screen is the second stage Merlin vacuum engine, optimized for the vacuum of space. Yeah, Fremen, for my stream, the max quality is 1080. All right, I could do 4K. This is a 4K camera, but I don't want to stress out my internet connection, especially when the LW is watching Netflix or something.
You mean when I'm working?
Or working, yeah.
Alright. So what was this one for? Give me a...
This is a Starlink mission, just more satellites.
Satellites?
Yep,
Okay.
to piss China off.
Alright, cool.
Do a poll to see how many of us use Starlink. That's a good idea.
You said I can't do polls.
I don't even know how. Where did we see that poll option? Is it up here?
You just don't want to do it right now because you know I want to ask.
Oh,
better
no, it's down
questions.
here. Here it is. Create a poll. Do you use Starlink? Here, type that. You're faster than me, and I'm over here now.
Do I what?
Do you... Oops, hold on. Do you use Starlink?
Can't they just answer you?
They could, but we're being difficult. We're doing it the hard way. I guess that's all we need to do. There we go. Poll submitted.
No, I want a better poll than that.
Yeah, we'll do better polls. You got 10 seconds, and I'm ending it.
I'm ending it.
I hope your Starlink is fast. Does Lawyer Wife watch Better Call Saul? Actually, did you get through all the seasons?
I think I watched the first two. Was it the first two? Which one's the new one?
I think they finished season 4. Season 5's coming
I
up.
got really far behind on TV.
Believe it or not, the non-lawyer in the house is current on Better Call Saul.
I did like it though because Slip and Fall season was so accurate when he said that. That's the only thing I remember about it.
Dude, you see that booster used as much of that nitrogen as it could to tilt itself upward. Really get that glide slope. Come on, stay with us, camera. It did that re-entry burn there on the left-hand side of your screen. That's just to slow it down so it doesn't break apart, slamming into the atmosphere. Oh, they lost signal. It'll come back. It'll come back.
What was your poll result? 10% use it?
It's still going. Yeah.
See,
so
okay, so
10 and 90. So 10% of the users in the chat have Starlink. 90% of us are losers.
So those 10%, you need to ask them if we need to get it.
All right, 10%. Is it worth getting right now? Is your internet fast enough and reliable enough right now? Let us know.
What? Don't you have to do another poll? Or
What?
they'll just tell you.
They'll just tell me in the chat. We're not doing another poll for that.
Another poll. I want to do.
Is it worth it? Yes or no? Then you'll have people that don't even have it answering. Keith doesn't have it yet either. We're losers together, Keith. Right now I'm watching Game of Thrones. I haven't seen it since 2019, the summer of 2019, but I'm watching it again.
No, you watched it last year.
Yes. No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
Carrie, we watched like 2 episodes, then you quit.
No. You watched it with Brad.
All right, landing.
Last summer, the summer of the COVID.
Landing. Come on. Look at that. You see, we kept the drone ship at least halfway decently. Awesome. Hopefully this one doesn't get seasick and, almost tip off the drone ship like the last one.
Are we counting that?
Yeah, we're counting that. It was a pretty cool soft touchdown. 4-point landing, brah. Not exactly a bullseye. A little bit of that right leg there's on the line. So you got the green circle around the bullseye on the dartboard? We're going to call it that.
When do I see the asteroid get blown up?
What mission was that? That SpaceX mission to send the asteroid.
Goaded me into.
The asteroid booper. It was not blowing it up.
Kevin, that's how you goaded me into it, though, by saying that.
You're blowing the satellite up, but not the asteroid.
What?
Yeah, they're gonna crash the satellite into it, or the probe into it. DART. That's what it was. It was the DART mission. Thank you. Lucy was her name, or is her name. Should have deployment of these Starlink satellites in about 5 minutes.
All right, I'm going back to work. Watch out, Papa.
You're still working?
Yes. Dude, shit hit the fan today.
Did it? Keith called that an 8-bit landing. Yeah, the lawyer wife and I watched Don't Look Up. It was funny in some parts, but it was kind of dumb, to be honest. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the free view. What is she saying?
We close for today. Thank you for joining us for the first launch of
show
2022 and our 35th launch of Starlink to date. A big thank you to the Range and Federal Aviation Administration for supporting today's mission. If you're interested in signing up for Starlink service, head over to starlink.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
They're not showing the deployments this time. You know what that means? It's conspiracy theory time. They're sending up a spy satellite, probably for China. That's weird. I don't think the rocket was out of range yet. Maybe they had issues. There's a conspiracy for you. All right. So yeah, before we go, I'll just kind of clarify. So from now on, we're going to be splitting these live streams for these launches between YouTube and Rumble. I would subscribe to both YouTube and Rumble. Hopefully, sometime during the year 2022, we're going to do almost exclusively on Rumble. We'll see if we get that far. That's a business decision. But I do want to support Rumble as much as I can. Those are good people who believe in the same things I believe. My channel went on Rumble a year and a half ago. It was the summer of 2020. I did that because of big tech censorship. And after only a year of being on Rumble, my channel hit 100,000 subscribers on Rumble. and it's projecting to look like it's gonna surpass my YouTube subscriber count by the end of spring, if not before then. And that's because my channel is shadow banned by YouTube. It's throttled. My other channel, Cloud Liquor, has been censored. I've gotten a strike on there. I'll talk about that here in a second. And big tech censorship has only gotten a lot worse since the Democrats took charge, and the Democrats got in office and started, doing their thing. It's like it unleashed the floodgates for big tech censorship. They weren't holding back anymore once Trump got out of there. A lot of you probably saw this with Joe Rogan and his interview with Dr. Malone the other day. Dr. Malone is one of the founding fathers, if not the founding father, of mRNA vaccine technology. His detractors will try to say that's not true, but it is true. Watch that interview. I've known about Dr. Malone for about a year now, or however long ago it was when he was on the Dark Horse podcast way back when. And anyway, him and Joe Rogan were censored, and Joe Rogan's interview with him was taken down. And so Joe Rogan, because of that, because of Twitter censorship of Dr. Malone, Joe Rogan has gotten on Getter. And I want to put a locals video out here pretty soon, hopefully sometime early next week, asking my locals community if I should get on Getter. Is that how you say it, Getter? I don't know anything about the platform. Because I do want to keep in touch with you guys about current events outside of SpaceX as well. Anyway, I highly recommend you guys watch Joe Rogan's podcast with Dr. Malone. You can find it on Rumble. You can also find it obviously on Joe Rogan's podcast, but I know you can watch it on Rumble. And I mean, they basically say things a lot of us have known this whole time. I got to be careful with my words here. That's why I'm kind of stuttering a little bit. Anyway, I won't get into it too much. Just watch it. All right. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. Whether you agree with big tech censorship or not, you need to watch it, because here's the thing. Even if you agree with silencing what you deem and what big tech deems misinformation, you got to know that these fact checkers and these people running these platforms, they're humans. They're not perfect. That much has been established since COVID hit. We've had people that were saying the vaccines are safe and effective. You don't hear that anymore because, I mean, you know why. We've had the censorship of the Hunter Biden story that the New York Post put out before the election that was censored, and that turned out to be 100% true. You had the whole Russiagate thing that turned into Obamagate. That was all pushed out there as truth, but that turned out to be misinformation. So you can't trust these people. You need to get on these alternate sites like Rumble, where free speech is still allowed. If you're getting all your news and you're only trusting people on Twitter or on YouTube only, then you're doing yourself a disservice. The reason, and people were asking, this is the point I wanted to come to, the reason why my previous live stream for, what was that? Yeah, Turksat 5B before Christmas, the reason that was streamed exclusively on Rumble is because my other channel, Cloud Liquor, was given its first official strike. And that's because I put a video out concerning the John Durham arrest of Igor Danchenko. Now, if you don't know anything about that, it's all about Obamagate and how the left, the Clinton campaign, and their operatives tried to, frame Donald Trump and his campaign during the 2016 election so Hillary would win. Anyway, there's a whole investigation going on with that. People were calling it conspiracy theories a couple years ago. It's turned out to be conspiracy facts, and now arrests are being made. And for no reason whatsoever, YouTube decided to censor that video. There was nothing wrong with it. You can watch it right now on Rumble. Just go to Cloud Liquor, Clinton conspirators arrested, or whatever it's called. It was put out like 6 weeks or 7 weeks ago. They gave me a strike for that video for no reason. Well, I guess the reason would be they were hiding it. They wanted to hide that information from the public. And because they gave that channel a strike, they also said in the email that I can't try to circumvent their rules, their penalties of not being able to stream or post anything for a week on other channels. So I couldn't even post anything on SpaceX. It worked out with the timing pretty well because I had already I already stopped streaming and posting content for the holidays. But that's why I had to do our live stream exclusively on Rumble. And it actually worked out really well. Rumble had my back, and they made us their top video for that night on their website, which is a huge honor considering how many big names are using that platform. Yeah, I made some notes here because there was a lot I wanted to say, but I don't think I'm going to get into it too much right now. I'll save that for like a locals video. Yeah, I did officially, for the last time, I deleted my Twitter account for SpaceX. I did that January of last year, and I didn't get back on for like 8 months. But I decided to get back on it because I was convinced by others that I should be a voice, just another voice of reason in a sea of liberal. It's not liberal. It's freaking progressive stupidity. And I've come, after my short stint back on there, after like a month or two, I've come to the realization that Twitter is just for twats. It's what it is. It is a circle jerk of progressive stupidity, and there's no reason for me to interact with those people. There really isn't. You have just lost sheep on there as far as I'm concerned. When we can't even agree that the Bill of Rights is a necessity, then I have nothing in common with you, and I don't want to get to know you, all right? You're not my friend, all right? This is huge. If you don't believe in my rights as an American citizen, then I don't want to get to know you. You don't mean anything to me. Like, have fun enjoying your life, do your thing. If you end up in a concentration camp or internment camp like some others in the world are having happen to them, I feel bad for you, but I mean, you're making your own bed here. Yeah, I don't want to go off on a whole rant on that, but that's why I'm not on Twitter anymore. So I am looking into getting on Getter. I have to learn more about it. I don't really know anything about it, so I need to do that research. I don't want to support platforms I don't agree with. I know True Social is coming out sometime in the next month or so. We'll look into getting on that as well. And I'll talk with my locals community to see if maybe they want me to post here and there on that as well, but I try to keep that with like content. I try to keep that to only posting content instead of like news snippets. But we'll have to talk that out at a later time. Yeah, I'm on Telegram right now, but I'm not really using it. I haven't been using Telegram since I started locals. I just don't want to spam my locals community with this stuff. So I think a Twitter alternative might be better, but that's just something we're gonna have to talk out amongst ourselves later. Maybe I'll have the lawyer wife do a poll for that. World's going crazy. I mean, there's a lot of good things. I mean, I personally have nothing to complain about. A lot of the good things happening in the world, but a lot of crazy stuff too, like what's going on in Australia, Kazakhstan right now. That's crazy. It is what we make it. Let me take a look at chat before we call it a day here. If I do get Getter, I'll let you guys know. Connor Hart. Hey, what's going on, Connor? I was like, hey, I know Connor. I'm glad the logo is still holding up. I support your move to Rumble and everyone here should subscribe to you there. Happy New Year. Yeah, Connor, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for that. Yeah, so if you like the shirt, thank Connor there. I came to Connor. Did we talk on Discord? Maybe, I think, or maybe it was just through email a while back. I was like, hey, this is what I'm looking for a logo. I can't say the word apparently. A logo. Can you make one for me? And he's like, yeah. And you did a great job. I love this logo, man. Appreciate you. Jay, thank you for the tip. Just subbed on Rumble. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Again, if you hate censorship, if you're pro free speech, even if for speech that you don't agree with, and that's how I am, seriously, you need to start looking at alternative sites if you haven't already. You're missing out on a ton of useful information if you are just getting your news from Twitter or YouTube or Facebook or whatever. I left Facebook like 2 years ago, haven't been back, don't regret it at all. It's time we start supporting people who believe the things that we believe. It doesn't mean we have to shut the other people out, but I have no interest in debating anyone that won't agree with the fundamental core ethics that I believe in, right? New cam, you look younger. It's not a new cam. I might look younger to some because I trimmed the beard. I've also lost like 35 pounds in the last 3-4 months. I've been watching my diet. I've been working out 5, sometimes 6 days a week. So maybe that's why. Odyssey, yeah. So the way Odyssey works is my Cloud Liquor and my SpaceX content that I post on YouTube automatically gets uploaded to Odyssey. And I tried uploading stuff manually on there once, but there's limitations, like huge limitations with file sizes and stuff like that. So I can't post anything manually on Odyssey. So you're just going to have to, I think I got both the doggos in here. You're just going to have to head to Rumble or join locals. And that's another thing. If YouTube used to put out emails for live videos, you get an email notification when we have a live stream scheduled, but they don't do that anymore. However, if you subscribe, you don't have to become like a paying member, but if you just follow us on locals, follow the locals community, you'll get an email for every launch, because I always post like in advance an upcoming SpaceX launch, so you won't miss them that way. Doggo cam, there it is. Yeah. Piopi just keeps laying off camera. Let's see what we can do about that. To put up like a rope that he can't cross. We can find a way to cross the rope. Loving the haircut. Appreciate that. Got hat hair now. Thank you, members, for tuning in with us. I wish I could read all your chats. I'm going to have to go back through them after the live stream ends. Hey, Justin, how's it going, brother? Anyway, I could talk all day about big tech censorship and what's going on with COVID, and how science has become the religion of the far left. It's no longer a tool to be used. Science is now a religion to most, and that goes back to Joe Rogan's interview with Dr. Malone. You need to watch that. Find it on Rumble, find it on Joe Rogan's podcast, whatever you got to do. Listen to that if you haven't. It's a really good interview. It'll really open up your mind to big tech censorship and the lies that have been going around for over the last year or two. It's crazy. What's up, Poland? What's up, Bull Shark? Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I'm going to call it there, but I will see you back here tomorrow for our SpaceX in the News episode. All right. It's almost ready to go. Just have to do one more research round before we release it tomorrow, and then I have to record it and edit it and all that. Should be out tomorrow afternoon. Okay. Thank you, all of you who threw some super chats my way. I appreciate you. Thanks, Keith. Thanks, Fremen. Thank you, Locals Chat. Thank you, mods. Have a good one. Enjoy the outro. Until the next time, Godspeed.